Hey, what's going on, guys? Long time no see. I know things with the channel have been a little weird. I'm looking into it. I've been talking with YouTube and Google and all that to figure out what's going on, but it's not stopping me, especially after I saw that a new VHS was dropping. Didn't even know it was in production, but here it is, and I'm gonna talk about it. Hello everybody, my name is That One Punk, and yes, a new VHS is here, and I'm excited. After a return to form with VHS 85, a movie I really liked, even though a lot of other people didn't. Fuck them. We're back here with VHS Beyond. I am kind of sad that they're dropping the decades thing of it being, 98, 99, 85. Kind of wish we got to see like something from the 70s, but I'll take what I can get. In this one, we take a more science fiction approach with the franchise, which is certainly not something they haven't done before. Look at stuff like Slumber Party, Alien Abduction, the Subject, stuff like that. They've obviously dipped their toes into sci-fi before, but this one they're going full on to it. Also, apologies if I sound weird. I've been sick as a fucking dog all week, so yay. As of recording, this was released 2 days ago. I watched it when it dropped on Shudder. Shout out Shudder, sponsor me, please. I watched it with a friend who I watch every VHS movie with, and I can say this was pretty fun. I know one of my more popular videos was ranking all the segments in a tier list. I would add these segments into it. I don't have the tier list anymore. I lost it when I moved, and some of the stuff on my computer got fucked up. But if I remember the subjects, I'll put them where they go. I'm going to talk about the framing device, the wraparound last, because I do think it's worth talking about because it's one of the few pretty good wraparound segments. Other than that, though, we're going to go straight into the segments themselves. Firstly, we have Stork, which was a super fun way to start the movie. In this, we follow a group named Warden, who acts sort of like an SCP foundation of the VHS universe, which is super fun to know that's canon. This one, me and my friend both remarked that this felt a lot like what a Resident Evil movie should feel like. It was the team going to investigate disappearances of babies, and they find all these crazy zombie creatures, and then they find a big bird, not Big Bird, that'd be a crazy twist, but they find this giant bird creature, and they shoot it, and then they stomp its head, and they take this cold ass picture with it. It wasn't really scary. It was a very action-packed short that I thought it was a great way to kick off the movie. Solid 7 out of 10. I would put it in pretty good. So we have Dream Girl, and I believe this is our first Indian short. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember any other Indian shorts here. I was gonna say the teleporting one, but I think the parallel dimensions one, I think that was Mexican. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is our first step into India with these, and in this one we follow, I guess, paparazzi, I don't know. We follow Jake Gyllenhaal's character from Nightcrawler, if he was Indian, basically. And we see them go after. They go after. We see them go after a superstar in Bollywood named Tara, and they get access to the film set where she's acting a little strange, and one of them sneaks onto her trailer and finds out that she's a robot. Yep, I'll say, I appreciate this segment for giving us a full Bollywood dance number in a VHS movie. I can't be blamed. I am a goddess, super fiery, and so kind of wild. But I wasn't really a fan. I called it that the manager was the one who like made Tara, but I didn't think they would go robot. I thought they'd go more magic, But then I remembered this was supposed to be a sci-fi version of VHS, so it makes sense. The build-up was very good. I did enjoy all the characters that were introduced, and the payoff just wasn't good enough. It felt like a really watered-down version of Carrie's meltdown and Carrie. I just wasn't that big of a fan. Again, appreciate seeing a new country tackle this sort of thing, but it wasn't for me. I'd probably give it a solid 4 or 5. It would go in meh. Next we have Live and Let Dive, and I will say this is my favorite of these segments. As you know, my favorite segment of all time is Slumber Party Alien Abduction, and this is just going to prove that when VHS does aliens, they do them right. In this, we have a group of friends going skydiving for one of their friends' birthdays. I wasn't really paying attention. I hated all of these people. Watch this segment. You'll get it. You'll hate them too. When the cameraman spots a UFO outside their plane and kind of it doesn't react like you would if you saw a UFO. He's just kind of like, oh damn, that's crazy. When I would be like, oh. And eventually the military comes in to try and mess up the UFO, and then the plane blows up. And we get this cool shot of him flying down. He sees one of his friends is falling and his leg is gone. One of his friends is falling and there's an alien attached to him. It's really, really cool looking. And they fall into a orange orchard where we get to see the alien. It is one of the coolest alien designs I've seen. The legs like wrapping back into to make him like a crab. It was a really unique design I haven't seen before. I'll say these aliens are overpowered as fuck because he finds one of his friends and then the alien finds them, and the alien at first his head like splits open and he shoots a laser at him. He doesn't die, and that got me thinking, oh, he's zapping all his knowledge out, right? And then he gets 2 Baraka blades to come out, stabs them, and then electrocutes him. Overkill. The dude finds a guy with a truck. He's like, there's aliens, and the dude's like, I will fucking shoot you. And the dude's like, yeah, you right. And then the aliens come by and they zap him, and then they suck him up into the UFO. Really fun segment. When they do aliens, they do them really right. I love this segment. It was my absolute favorite. I would give it an 8 or a 9. It's going in perfect. Next up is Fur Babies. This one was written and directed by Justin Long and his brother Christian, and boy can you tell. In this one we see an ad for a dog that I think it was like a babysitting thing that this woman is running out of her house, and then we cut to see this group of people I would also not enjoy being around who hate her for stuffing her pets. I don't know why they do. They say it's cruel, but like they were already dead, so who cares? You know, I find it weird. You wouldn't catch me fucking stuffing my dog, but let people do what they want. Let people mourn how they want to mourn, you know? So they stage this weird investigation where they put a camera inside their dog's cage to see what's going on at this place. This very unassuming. If I saw this ad online, I would not think anything nefarious was happening. I think those dogs look a little fucked up, but that's about it. Look at this fucker on the right. Look at him. Look at him. That's not okay. Whoever taxidermied that, he did a bad job. But as she gives the decoys the tour, they find something they shouldn't have seen. Yes, this woman is turning people into dogs. Can you tell Justin Long wrote it? And we get to see the process of them being turned into dogs, and eventually what their finished forms would be as their friends come to save them, and the human-dog hybrids attack them, and they also attack this poor guy who was just trying to steal some packages. It was... this one... At first I was like, man, this does not fit in the overall like vibe they're going for, but the more it went on, the more uncomfortable I felt. Like this was one of the few segments that make me feel legitimately uneasy. I did not like that. The lead actress gave a very believable performance. I compared her to Annie Wilkes from Misery. She gave that sort of like could fly off the handle at any moment, but outwardly makes herself as this sweet, down-to-earth girl. It was very, very convincing. She did an amazing job with what she was given. And honestly, I would, if they spin off any segment from this movie, make it this one. I would love to see a whole fully fleshed out movie about how she got to this point and what's going on there, because it was really well done. But again, it didn't really fit the vibe of what they were going for. But when Justin Long says I wrote something for VHS, you're not really going to kick him out. Overall, I would say it not fitting the vibe and it making me too uncomfortable. I can't put it in perfect. I'll put it in pretty good. And our last segment, the one I was most excited for because it was written by Mike Flanagan and directed by Kate Siegel. Kate Siegel. Yep. We have Stowaway. And I'll say, this short is good, right? I did like it. The presentation was very well done, as well as everything that happens in the short is really good. But I couldn't help but feel underwhelmed. Again, the positives, it's shot really well. This is the only short that I would say looked like it belonged on VHS, that was one of the complaints I had with this movie, is that it was a little too high definition for my taste. I want my VHS movies I don't want to be able to know what the fuck is happening. I want them to look low quality. I want them to look like, you know, they're filmed on tapes, because these are supposed to be found on tapes. And the lead actress does really well in her role as this person making a self-funded documentary on the paranormal and aliens. And the design of the alien ship that she wanders into is really well done. It's something I haven't seen before. And the concept of the alien ship that she wanders into seems to be a collector ship. I would compare it to I can't remember his name, but he's in Superman, the animated series, where he just goes to different planets and puts one of each species from that planet on display. That's sort of the vibe I was getting, that they were going to each planet and picking out different animals to put on display in their ship. And they have this this dust that when something is injured, it'll come and heal them. And she gets injured, and because the dust is not used to humans, it uses what it has in like reptile and spider DNA. And as the ship gets launched into orbit, and I think what we were supposed to get is that she got like just crushed to pieces by the sheer force of light speed. The dust would come and mix her DNA with all this weird reptile DNA and leave her as this weird looking monster. That's a cool idea. I just think the execution was a little lacking. I like that we didn't get to really like see her as this terrifying monster. But I wish we could have seen a little bit more. I wish this one went on longer. This is one of the shorter ones, and which is weird because this is the last segment. Usually the last segment is one of the longer ones. I don't know. I feel like this needed more time to cook. I feel like Mike Flanagan had a really good idea for this, but just didn't get to fully flesh it out. I would probably give this one a 5 or a 6. I'd put it in good. Mike Flanagan, please come back to the series and do something crazy and wild. I'd love your work. The wraparound segment this time around is called Abduction Adduction. Don't know what that means, but it's presented as a documentary like the last movie's wraparound was, but this one is a modern documentary, one you might see on Netflix. It's about a Redditor, terrifying, I know, who finds these tapes that he found at a garage sale and gets them digitized, and we see proof of alien activity. We get a lot of talking heads just talking about, who the guy that was filming was and all that, and it didn't really matter to me. I kind of tuned out most of the time until I saw they got fucking Corridor Digital in this bitch. Hello, that's awesome. Not the first time YouTubers have been in VHS. If you remember the first one, Chad, Matt, and Rob were heavily involved in the Halloween party segment. So I'm not surprised, but it was really cool to see them. I love their stuff. If you haven't seen their stuff, go look at it. They make very fun videos. But they're brought in as experts on like CGI to see if the videos that they're about to show are fake. That's a cool little I don't know. I just thought that was a cool idea. I liked it a lot. And as we see in the documentary, we get these sort of like glimpses into what we're gonna see on those tapes, and we get background into the person filming them. I didn't really care, I just want to see what happened. And at the end we finally get to see it. And it's short, but it's pretty impactful. It's the guy had been filming himself for a while, and one night you see an alien walk up, they look like anal beads. I'm pretty sure they weren't. I think they were implied to be like alien eggs out of his mouth, and then they shove the camera into his mouth, and that's when the movie ends. I really like that. It was short, it was simple, I enjoyed it, and the build-up between each segment really did keep me interested. Most other wraparounds have a really hard time of keeping me interested in what's going to happen. I think 2 and 85 were the only ones that really kept me like, I'll see where this goes, and then they kind of disappointed me in the end. This one, my interest was kept the entire time, and I liked how it ended. Plus, the alien design, while being more traditional gray, was still unique in that it had 4 eyes and looked like it was enjoying what was happening. I liked it. I don't put the wraparounds in the segments or in the tier list because who cares, but I would say this is maybe the best wraparound we've had. 85s was pretty good. Up in the air. I'll let you decide. Overall, VHS Beyond is a wild ride that I highly recommend this Halloween. I always recommend the VHS movies on Halloween because they are just so fun, and each volume has something different for everybody that you can enjoy. You can have really terrifying things, you could have really funny segments, you can have absolutely terrible, boring segments. These movies have something for everyone, and if you're looking for a series to binge this Halloween, absolutely binge VHS. I believe all of them are on Shudder, and you have this new one to add to the collection. Overall, VHS Beyond, I think it will get a 7 out of 10, closer to an 8 than a 6. I'm doing YMS rankings, baby. Before I get going, I want to say thank you to my patrons. Probably have the Patreon link up there as well as in the description. I do have a Patreon. $1 a month is all you need to get started to get stuff. But I want to say special thanks to Danny Boy, to Bunnet, and to Schizo Brony 2012. Never get tired of saying your name, for being extra special supporters. If you want to figure out how to get your name at the end of every video, link in the description, figure it out. Still working on the vampire video y'all voted for. I promise. I've just, a lot of things been happening behind the scenes, as in my life's a mess. but I'm getting to it. Hopefully that'll be the next video out, if not one after the next video. We'll see. But until next time, I am that one punk. It is October 6, 2024, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The meds I've been given haven't done me well. The hallucinations are only getting worse. This video diary has helped in making me feel like I'm not insane, but other than that, I'm not doing too well. It's a voice, one that isn't nice to me. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it comes from. I haven't had this problem in a long time. I'm scared of where it'll go, but hopefully you seeing this will help you decide what meds are best for me in this situation. Hey, I see him, and he talks to me, and it scares me. I don't know what to do. He tells me I've lost everything that's mattered to me. He reminds me of who I used to be, of my failings, of everything I've done wrong. I have blocks in my memory that I can't place. They must be where the other videos are coming from. Hours pass and I don't remember posting things that I post. It's getting worse and worse. And I came to you for help, and you haven't been helping. You've given me meds that have done nothing but put me to sleep where I can see him again. I can't keep doing this. And I can't keep hiding this from everybody. I need something else.